Hey YouTube, it's that holiday time of the year again when we like to bake and socialize and spend time with family and friends or just eat some good old comfort food. So today I'm taking some sugar cookie. It's actually the prepared dough. It's not like I'm making it from scratch. Although it's good, I'm going to make some cookies as a treat. So this is one of the packages that comes with all the cookie dough in the cute little squares. I just break them off, put them on the pan. I'll just do a few. I will not be doing all of these because I do not need to be trying to eat all of these right now. So I'll do 9. Let me move these things out of the way. So I've got my sugar cookie dough. It's all ready together. If you're not going to use a ready-made set, then you know what you can do is make it from scratch. I'm going to make sugar cookies from scratch. Actually, I call them ice cream cookies because I really like them with ice cream. You take half a cup of sugar, a cup of flour, a stick of butter, a teaspoon of vanilla flavor, and you mix your dry ingredients, which will be the flour and the sugar. You melt your butter lightly in the pan, and then you mix your butter in and your vanilla flavoring. And if you wanted it to be peanut butter cookies, you would put that in there as well. And mix it till you get a nice thick base. And I have my chocolate chips. This is dark chocolate chips. And you put it in the oven and you bake it. A teaspoon at a time. No more than a tablespoon because you'll have really, really large cookies that are really, really good. And although you could put sugar sprinkles on the top, you don't really have to because it really is good just the way it is. But you can put sugar sprinkles, you can put those colorful, festive holiday sprinkles, party sprinkles. Some people will take their sugar cookies and they will bake them and they'll just add almost anything to it, you know. Add your chocolate chips or butterscotch chips, you know. Some people put little red hots or make a little face on top. It's all in what you like and what flavors you like. Now, the chocolate chips, I am a fan of. And yes, I'm putting them on the top of these. And this is such a quick, easy thing to do because, I mean, they're sugar cookies. But look at that. When it melts, they're going to spread. And it's going to be easy and delicious. It's really quick, as you see. I've only been doing this for a few minutes, aside from preheating the oven. And the oven is on 350 degrees. If you're using a non-stick pan, you want to put it on 325. It just works out that way. So, I will put these in the oven real quick. Be right back. Now, sugar cookies really only take about 8 minutes to get done. 7 to 8 minutes at the most. And when you take them out, you're going to let them cool for a bit before you go trying to scrape them off the cookie sheet, because otherwise it'll be a hot mess and you don't want it falling all over. You don't want to burn yourself. But like I said, it's easy to use the ready-made stuff. Very easy. But if you're wanting to be a little creative, you can always Do it from scratch using that recipe that I just gave you. Now, I've got all these Hershey Kisses left over. I've got the dark chocolate, and then I've got some milk chocolate that has the little cherry cordial type flavor on the inside. So I thought maybe I could take some of that and make a gift. Quick and easy holiday gift for someone. So getting double duties out of my chocolate. Got this cute mug today. It just says my favorite night out is a night in. And it's a cocoa mug because I know somebody that really likes cocoa. And they really like dark chocolate. So getting the cocoa mug and the dark chocolate and the cherry cordial chocolate will be kind of a surprise for her. I'll probably add something else on the side, like as a gift bag. Maybe some Hershey's pure cocoa powder, because she likes to make her own hot cocoa from scratch. But anyway, take this mug. I put in some of these with the cherry cordial inside. I put some of these in with the dark chocolates and just interchange them until the mug is full, because she does like her chocolate. So, and then I will put the mug, when it's full, into a gift bag with a nice card. I can wrap it with a clear film if I wanted to on top, but I'll probably just use a ready-made gift bag because they are so easy. You can just pop it in and put some tissue paper on top, and it's already dressed up and done. See, quick and easy. And because I know she loves the dark chocolate, this will be a really fun treat for her as she's waiting on her friend to come back from Africa. And, you know, when people, you know, are at home alone, or they want to sit and watch a movie or have that comfort thing while they're thinking of their loved one that's out of town or out of the country, what's better than a nice cup of hot cocoa? Unless you're allergic to cocoa. She's not allergic to cocoa, and she's definitely not allergic to chocolate. So this is something that she'll be able to enjoy for many nights to come. I'm going to check the oven and check on those cookies. Well, the cookies are melting, but they're not all the way to being done. Give them a couple more minutes. But while we're waiting on the cookies, I want to bring up a subject that I know I've brought up many times on my channel, but it's really near and dear to my heart, and it's really important. And that is food preparation. You know, having, you know, food is a necessity of life. Even if you're someone that likes to fast or has an unusual diet plan or whatever, everybody needs to eat, just like everybody needs water. At one point or other, you gotta eat. So, what would you do if you are at home and you're having a good time, maybe have company over? Open up your refrigerator, open up your freezer, things aren't right. The motor has gone out. Okay, if you were preparing the meal for the people that were there, it's probably the time that you want to freak out a little bit and be like, oh my goodness, what am I going to do? There's nothing that I can use. You know, especially if your ice cream has become soup. Or if your meat or fish or whatever has thawed out to the point of being warm. Or if the color starts changing and it looks really icky and gross. You know what you're going to be doing? You're going to be getting a trash can and tossing a lot of stuff. But if you have dehydrated or freeze-dried foods, that can help you a lot. Now, I dehydrate foods, and I've dehydrated on this channel before, and I'm happy to do that again to show people how to dehydrate in your oven or using a food dehydrator. which a food dehydrator really isn't that expensive, and it's really worth it's worth the cost because you'll use it and you'll have what you need for so long. Like when I got the sack of onions. Actually, I got 2 sacks of onions that day, I think. And I was able to slice all those onions down and dehydrate them. Now, granted, I'm in an apartment building, and my neighbors may not have been crazy about the onion smell for a couple of days, but once they were dehydrated, I have enough onions to last me for months. And then I can always reconstitute them, you know, put them in hot water, or if I'm preparing a meal or whatever, I can put them in the boiling water or broth or whatever, prepare them with chicken or whatever, and it brings it right back, and you don't lose any of that flavor. You really don't. Another thing I'd like to dehydrate. I'm sorry, I keep getting up and walking away, and as you hear, my clock is telling me what time it is. I like to dehydrate greens because they can they dry out very quickly, like overnight. You wash them really good, and you cut them into smaller pieces, put them on the food dehydrator, go to bed, in the morning, bam, they're done. Package them up, and this is a good amount. This is enough for 3 people that really like greens when it's reconstituted. And then I can throw my dehydrated onion in there. If I wanted to put meat in there, I could put a little meat in there, or TVP with some flavoring. TVP is texturized vegetable protein, in case you didn't know. I'm smelling the cookies. I promise this is going to be the last time I eat it. There you go. Look at that. Simple, delicious holiday cookies. I'll leave them in the oven for a minute so they can get a little firmer. But my point is that, you know, dehydrating food doesn't really hurt. And some people may think that it's silly or, you know, but if your refrigerator breaks down, what are you going to eat? You're going to try to salvage as much of the food as you can that's still okay, and the rest you have to toss. And if there was a snowstorm outside, or power outages, or whatever, or if there was some difficulty, or some disaster, or some difficulty where you could not get out and get to the store, then you would not be able to get any other food. If there are no trucks delivering food in, you would not be able to get any food. So having dehydrated food is a good backup. Not just in the winter, but even in warmer weather or warmer climates as well. You know, I've been caught in storms where there were tornadoes and power outages that lasted for over a week, and the food trucks couldn't get through to deliver the food to the grocery store. There was no power in the grocery store. There was not even food at the gas station. You know, and that's when I started learning about dehydrating and dehydrating my own food so that I can have a backup plan. Yes, you can still have fresh food. Fresh food is wonderful, but it's good to have a backup plan and know that dehydrating this is not a horrible thing, because I can reconstitute it and it'll come back and taste just as good as it would when I bought it at the farmer's market. So, it's a little bit of a talk on dehydration, and got to make a nice holiday treat. So, I don't know what your plans are for the holiday, but I hope that you are good to yourself and, you know, take care and be with the ones that you love. And if you feel like you're alone and don't really have anyone to connect with for this holiday season, perhaps find, you know, a place where you can go and connect with others. A community center, or a church, or a place where there is a play or a musical or some other activity so that you can have some peace and some joy in that too. Have a good night.